What's up, everybody? Welcome to Soft Sports. I'm one of your hosts today. I'm joined by one of the people on the round, Mr. Wiseman himself. My name's Ray, aka the Pigskin Prophet. And today we're gonna go over the top 5 running backs, including a dark horse or a sleeper, however you want to put it. Running backs for the 2022 NFL Draft. And since Houston has a need, we're gonna address that joker right now. Wise, how you doing, man?
Doing fine. What's up, Sauce Nation? It's your boy, Wise Citizens. Make sure y'all go and follow Sauce Sports on Twitter. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the subscription button. If you haven't hit the subscription button, make sure y'all join the Patreon and join the Sauce Discord, because it's going to be very pivotal. In 4 weeks, guess what we got coming up? We got the Senior Day coming up, the Senior Bowl. And then 4 weeks after that, we got the NFL Combine. So things are going to come by and transpire very, very fast and very, very quickly. So you want to be in tune with the conversation. But anyways, shout out to H-Town. Shout out to Sauce Nation.
Always love to H-Town, man. There ain't nothing like it. So let's go ahead and get started, man. We'll start with the number 5 and work our way forward. And I will go over my list first, and then Mr. will go over his list, and then we'll kind of talk about what you're seeing on the screen now as far as Pro Football Focus's top 5. We use them because a lot of people tend to go to their big board when evaluating or looking at prospects, whatever the case may be. Wise mentioned the Senior Bowl. There's a lot of great talent on all positional fronts in this upcoming Senior Bowl. You definitely want to take a look at that if you're looking into the draft coming up. So I'm going to start with my number 5. My number 5 is going to be Dameon Pierce from Florida. I actually like him. I like him more so than I like Zach Charbonnet, but that's just me personally. He carried the ball 87 times. He's like 5'10". He's like 215, 220 pounds. Good footwork. Great ball carrier vision. I really like what this guy brings. I think he's one of those day 3 guys that could fall through the cracks. Of course, that all depends pro days and combines and everything else. So, and I think he's one of the invitees, if I'm not mistaken, to the Senior Bowl. So don't quote me on that. I'm going off the top of my head. My number 4 is gonna be. My number 4 is actually. It's Kieran Williams, okay? Here's the thing. Williams, to me, if you're wanting a pass-blocking running back, someone who can catch the ball in the backfield, is more of a power back but has the ability to stretch plays and get you those chunk yardage, this guy he's your ticket. He will probably go anywhere between, in my opinion, I don't know, probably mid-second to mid-third. He's somewhere in that gap. I think he's got a great skill set. I think if he runs a very decent 40 at the combine, his stock is going to fly through the roof, and it's going to be quite interesting to see where he goes. My number 3 is going to be Kenneth Walker III. As you can see, they got him as number 1. I can't put him at number 1. Not because I'm an A&M fan, which means I'll know who I'm going to say next, but I just think the people that are above him have the better overall ability. I'm not saying he's any good, not bad. I'm not saying he's bad, and I'm not saying he's great, but I think he's being highly, highly overrated. I honestly think he's a little too heavy. I think he's going to come in and run a really slow 40 in this coming up combine. And if you know anything about running back, especially the running back class, it's all like receivers. It's all about 40 time. Yeah, size and measurables help, drills, but man, people are looking for that 40 time. That's where running backs and receivers and corners, maybe even safeties, make their money. Okay. My number 2 is going to be Isaiah Spiller. And the only reason I say Isaiah Spiller is because the amount of ball times he's carried the ball at A&M is overwhelmingly more than the number 1. It's really kind of a 1A, 1B kind of situation. I would be good with either one of these backs. Both these backs basically have the same thing. The only thing that I would give Spiller over the number 1 is that he played better talent in the SEC. That's literally the only thing I would give him over that. But I'm an A&M fan. I love Isaiah Spiller. I think he's going to be a great back coming into the league. Definitely a first round or early second round pick, in my opinion. My number 1 is Breece Hall. And Breece Hall from Iowa State, This guy, to me, he didn't really have an offensive line to work with at Iowa State. Yeah, they had a good year, and yes, they played in the Big 12, but he didn't have anyone on that line to help him. A lot of the stuff he created was on his own. His O-line did not help him very much. So I give him the nod at the number one, but like I said about Spiller, it's a 1A, 1B kind of conversation with that, to be frank, and he's definitely going to be a first or early day second round. I would not be shocked if Spiller and Hall either early second day go back to back. It wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me at all. My dark horse is it's Robinson Jr. from Alabama, man. Okay, so what he did on a high level, and be frank with you, he doesn't have a lot of tread on the tire because the people that were in front of him at Alabama did most of the work. He's been there for quite some time, and he hasn't had a lot of play. This year, he got a lot of play. Again, plays in the SEC. Yeah, again, he has a pretty decent offensive line, but you don't do the kind of things he does, especially if you watched that game against Cincinnati. He just destroyed them. It was the Robinson show, man. So that's my dark horse. And, I don't think Wise is much different than mine. Actually, I think he has a couple switched up, but it's nothing too big. But yeah. Wise, what about you, bro? What do you got, man?
A lot of these guys make my list as well. If I'm going to start at the number 5, for me, the number 5 is going to have to be Mr. Karen Williams from Notre Dame. He's a complete back. Like I said, he's going to have more experience being able to pick up the blitzes, be able to pass protect in those pivotal situations. And he can see the field a lot more often as a rookie because he has that experience and has that advantage more than his peers. My number 4 running back on this list is going to have to be Brian Robinson Jr. Just like Ray said, he was his dark horse. He's my number 4 back. He's an Alabama running back. I can trust Alabama running backs. Alabama running backs usually translate in the league. This guy has phenomenal talent. He's been at Alabama for a while. He definitely has the ability to hit the hole. He has the breakaway speed. He just needs the opportunity. He needs the right running scheme. If he went to a team with a good offensive line, this guy can come in the NFL and do what Najee Harris just did last night. So he's a guy that I will keep my eye on maybe the 3rd round of the draft or the 4th round of the draft. But he is my number 4 back. My number 3 back is, this is a tough one. Because I'm gonna have to go with Walker from Michigan State. The reason why Walker, like you said, PFF has him number 1. He has had the big games against some big time teams, especially against Ohio State. But the thing when it comes to the Michigan State running backs is that they just don't have that sauce to them. They don't have that cutback ability. He has a lot of, when you look at his film, he has a lot of big gaps. He has a lot of open holes. And that's what I see. I'm like, okay, yeah, he hits those holes. That's what a running back is supposed to do. However, once he's stopped at the line, he doesn't break away. He don't break away from guys. He doesn't make any phenomenal plays. His pass protection is okay. So that's why I have him in the middle of the pack of my list. My number 2 guy is going to have to be Mr. Breece Hall. I do like Breece Hall. Breece Hall was my number 1 at one point, maybe earlier in the season. But Breece Hall is a guy, he's a complete back as well as Kyron Williams. Like I said, Kyron Williams was a complete back. This guy is a complete back as well. This guy, he comes from Iowa State. We know Iowa State produces running backs consistently. He can run a zone running scheme. He can run a pro-style running scheme. And this guy, when I say he's a big physical runner, he's a big physical runner. He's not afraid of contact. He's going to hit the hole hard. He's going to be able to be patient and read the open holes that open up. So if a hole clogs up, he's going to be patient enough to say, all right, that clogs up, make a change and hit the other hole and make a big play for your offense. So that's why I got him as my number 2. But my number one guy is going to have to be Mr. Isaiah Spiller. He's from the Houston area. He's a great running back. He's been holding it down at A&M with him and Mr. A-Chain. That's another running back coming out of next year's draft, just for some of you draft guys. But the guy, he's a big running back, 6'1", 215, got a nice frame, is good in pass protection, can make the big plays, is elusive, has a good juke move, can make plays in the open field, can be on the field on third downs. He's a good receiving back. This is a guy where I say, I want this guy on my team. This is a guy that you risk taking early in the second round, late in the first round, if you're a team that's really needing a running back. So that's why I will have CJ Spiller as my number one running back. For my dark horse, I don't know if he's coming out this year. Okay, I'll say this. I don't know if he's coming out, but I really like CJ Verdell from Oregon. He's a third down running back. He's someone that reminds me of Austin Eckler that plays with the Chargers. You don't use him as a running back really, but you use him in a passing game. And this is a guy that can make a huge impact in the passing game. He can make big plays. He can be in a kick returning game as well. He's elusive. He made guys miss. He's very fast. But that's, like I said, that's a disclaimer. But for a guy that I do know that's coming out as a sleeper, is going to have to be Devontae Price coming out of FIU. He didn't get that many carries this upcoming year, but he still had phenomenal stats. He has 6 touchdowns. He rushed for about almost 700 yards. He goes to a program in FIU that doesn't get in a lot of attention. But when you look at this guy's film, and we're going to see him at the Senior Bowl, if he gets with the right team, the right scheme, I'm not saying that this guy can be starting running back from day one. But when you look in 2 to 3 years down the road, maybe this guy might be fighting for a starting position or will be a great second option at running back for a good team in the NFL going forward.
Yeah. And I got to tell you, man, to me, it's kind of a stacked running back class. I really feel like it's a class that could potentially set the stage for the next running back group. He was talking about Isaiah Spiller. If you're not familiar with Spiller and you're more familiar with Dameon Pierce from Florida, Spiller is a more polished Pierce. That's the best way I can describe it. He just does everything well. Hall does everything well. It's a very, I feel like you can get a steal pick on almost every one of these running backs unless someone falls in love with one of these running backs, then it's going to be off the board. But even if whether it's Isaiah Spiller or Breece Hall, whoever goes off first, man, the next one off is not far behind. I can honestly say that. So it'll be interesting to see what comes up in the 2022 draft, especially the combine, the Senior Bowl, like we mentioned. Man, I got to tell you, we went over the rosters. Man, there's a lot of talent there on all sides of the ball. So, but that's all we got for now, man. We appreciate your time here at Sauce. We always like to, read your comments. So leave your comments below. Let us know what you think. We are also, if we get back to you and we comment back to you, it's just letting you know it's not always to bash you. We're just trying to understand where you're coming from. So I know some people kind of take that a certain way, but that's pretty much all I got. Wise, you want to finish it up?
Yep. Shout out Sauce Sports. Shout out to the Houston Texans. Please, I know y'all watch our videos every year. We do these draft videos every single year talking about players that we like. Majority of these players become stars in the league, becomes consistent starters for their teams, and make huge impacts. So for one offseason, can you actually pay attention and listen to some of these names that we're calling out? Because we want to see this team succeed in the future. And this goes for anybody that's watching the video. If your team is watching this video, please look at CJ Spiller. Please go watch Isaiah. Oh, man, y'all got me messing up. I say Isaiah Spiller in Breece Hall. Isaiah Spiller.
You got Verdell on the brain
right now. But, yeah, Isaiah Spiller and Breece Hall. Please go watch their film, please. But anyways, hit the like button, hit the subscription button. Please comment down below. Like I said, join the Patreon and the Discord for the Sauce Sports because we're going to have a lot of content coming up. And like I said, we love Sauce. We love the fans. Even if you disagree with us, get in the comment section, and we'd like to hear your opinion. So maybe we can go back and debate on who you think is the best running back in this class.
And don't forget, stay saucy. We out, guys. Thank you for your time.
Salute.